Because the Most High can make it happen.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Hey, if that's the case, brother, can you read that account in Maccabees?
Yeah.
And also read Heliodorus.
Okay,
When they get stumped out by the angel. I'll find it for you, don't worry.
All right.
Yeah, after you finish, I'll find it for you.
It says,
Get stumped out by the angel.
in a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, in slumberings upon the bed, then he openeth the ears of men, and sealeth their instruction, that he may withdraw man from his purpose, and hide pride from man. Yeah, because we can wake up, and a person might have it in their minds that, oh, I'm gonna go, to KFC and get, chicken, but they're all out of chicken. They don't have nothing, and that actually happened. That's happened before, where chicken, they didn't get the stock in KFC. So basically, a man goes there thinking that he's gonna get some chicken, but really he leaves hungry.
The part where it says to remove pride from man, okay, is to do with the fact that you can't say to yourself that I did this. And it puts you in fear that the Most High has control of everything that you do.
Yeah.
It's supposed to keep you humble.
Yeah.
Okay, but in this world, we're made to believe that God don't exist. That free will is something that is inherently in you, and you can do whatever you want to do within Esau's confines of law. But when it comes to the Most High's law, now forget that. You can do whatever you want. Yeah. But realistically, what's happening is that because of how you are, man, you're being made to do these things, man.
Hey, there's a scripture in Proverbs where it says, man deviseth things in their mind, but the Lord guideth the steps. So you might come together and make plans. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Come do that. Then you don't do anything of any sort, man, because it wasn't of His will, man.
Hey, man's going to the Lord. How can a man understand if his own way? Yep. We're not meant to understand. It's too above us.
Yeah, man.
For us to understand, to oversee what it is that we're doing. We don't know. We're only being moved.
Seek not the things that are above thy strength.
And that's it. And the Most High, let's say, my ways are above your ways.
Right.
How He does things is beyond comprehension until you kind of come privy to how He's operating.
Right.
But if you're not privy to what He's doing, that's what keeping you humble, because we know what it is. We know we don't do nothing without consent. Before it's been sanctioned that that's what we're gonna go do. A man can have many thoughts.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Until you actually do a thing. That's what you get made to do.
The prime example is like a 2/3 who go into a shop just to get a 40 ounce, and he gets smoked outside the shop. Like, I bet he didn't plan that one.
Yeah. The trainer falls off.
or he gets punched by a big Jake woman, and his bandana falls off his head. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like what? I doubt it was planned.
Yeah, some things you can't plan.
Let me get the boss. You got the 40. Shit. And he falls like a nigga too.
Yep.
And he wasn't even a target.
And he wasn't even a target.
He wasn't a target. He got caught up.
It was probably his cousin.
Yeah, or a straight bully. Hey, the scripture says a man can receive nothing. He said to be given.
Oh, that's right.
From heaven, man. So, hey, you gotta have that Job mentality. Hey, when his woman started bucking up and cursing out Job, he said, look, man, you sound like one of them foolish women.
He called us bitch.
Yeah, because he was catching so much hell. Yeah. She was like, curse the Most High and die. He was like, look, man, you fool, man. And we just read about the fool,
Because he saw spouts on shit like, oh, you can do anything you want, you put your mind to it.
Yeah.
All that shit, man. Well, try some fucking hurricane when it comes then.
Right.
Can
Category
you do
5,
You don't have no control of what's actually happening on the earth, man. You got some sort of influence, you don't.
I got a question. You got that one?
I, the Lord, do all these things.
This is Isaiah 45 and 7. Yeah. I form the light.
No. This is stuff from 6.
This is stuff from 5. This is Isaiah 45 and 5. I am the Lord Yahweh, and there is none else.
And you know when he says that, his name means he is. In case you didn't know, like that's what it means. Look, I'm everything. Go ahead.
There is no God beside me.
That's facts. Well, he's the Ancient of Days. So before the whole creation existed.
Before time.
Before time existed, he was there.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, you can't try and look behind the Most High. Like, okay,
Nah.
so what was there before?
Yes,
You can't tell him. All right, so I hear that, but what?
Yeah, but there must have been another guy still.
No, it's just not happening. It's the ancient days.
You mean you were just sitting there, you know,
Yeah.
the
The
whole
whole
time,
time,
not doing anything?
Yeah.
bro, pure energy.
Now, real talk though, there must have been.
You know what I'm saying? And Jake Scott, you can't shrug his shoulder. So what was there?
Bro,
Yeah.
bro, we're nothing but ants, man.
It's not
We're nothing
right.
but ants.
Yeah.
But comprehension of an ant
Yeah,
in comparison to the Most High, you know what I'm saying?
there's no comparison.
Because what does an ant know?
What does that ant know, man?
How are you gonna explain to an ant? Oh yeah, we've been here for such and such a time. You don't know, like.
Yeah.
And we're like that compared to him, like. So
Yeah.
there's no questions you can ask really that you couldn't even fathom the answer of.
That's right,
You know?
man.
Like you had them niggas that wanted to deal with the Most High directly.
Yeah, I want.
You know?
Yeah.
Come on, man. When it came down to it,
Come, Moses.
They want it.
they didn't want it, man. They didn't want the smoke.
Yeah.
But Marsha, yo,
Oh, you go.
no, you deal with it.
Yeah.
Hey, yo.
Yeah. And then and after that, you got certain Jakes. Look, man. The Most High ain't just dealing with you, Moses.
See?
And he was like, all right, I'm gonna show you that he's in with me. You stand there with your families, and I'm gonna stand here. You know what happened? The Lord opened up the earth, swallowed them niggas, and closed it again. And everyone just went back to their business.
That's right. That done the argument. It's like, all right.
yeah, all right. You know,
Yeah.
yo, that's what happened, man. Yeah.
I girded thee, though thou hast not known me.
Get what it felt in, but it proves to believe in the scriptures. It takes faith.
Right.
Bro, the Most High opened the earth and closed it back. It wasn't like it said like there was a sinkhole and that's it.
Yeah.
He opened the earth and closed it back. Them niggas got crushed like 50 for 500 foot underneath
They
the
got
earth.
sent to hell.
Yeah, but probably a booby trap for the gates of hell, bro. You must have stumbled on a dandelion, you know, and he ended up in hell. Nah, the Most High said, all right, I'm gonna show you that Moses is my man, and that happened, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
That they may know from the rising of the sun and from the west that there is none beside me.
And that's why after Egypt, after the plagues, even the Egyptians were like, hey man, you're the God of the Israelites, man.
That's a real thing.
I ain't about that life. Because he showed him. Look at this guy, he ain't even looking like he's traffic. That's the spirit. Go ahead.
I am the Lord Yahweh, and there is none else. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord Yahweh, do all these things.
He, the Lord Yahweh, does all these things, man. He does it all, bro. You know, he's literally, he basically, all trades and all actions come from him, bro. You know, of all trades, man. He can do anything.
Yeah.
You know?
The timing of leaves dropping from the tree, man.
Yeah.
That's all down to the Heavenly Father's timing, man.
Yeah.
You know, certain trees drop at different times,
Yeah,
man.
yes.
You know,
Yeah.
you ain't no power over that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you need power to influence things.
The Most High.
Men don't have no power. It's a false. We have power among men, but we don't have power in the greater scheme of things.
Yeah. The Most High can just scramble our brain. Like, how? Well, count every single hair that's on you now. Just by that, he can scramble your brain. And he himself said, and the very hairs he had are numbered.
Yeah.
So just by that, or even said, look, can any of you add 1 inch into your height? You might stretch yourself. I'm gonna try to get taller.
Like what's the apocalypse?
You know, I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller. You know, you might try that. It's not gonna work, bro. That's the power of the Most High.
Like you said, if the Lord told you, count every single hair on your body, you can't do that.
You can't do
It's
that.
not even possible.
It's like when the
Fucking, what are these hoes doing in there?
Satan, man.
What are these hoes doing in there, man?
it's like the angel, Angel Uriel was
Yeah.
speaking to Esdras, man.
Yeah, that's
and he was saying, "Oh, can you measure the
Weight of the flame.
weight
Yeah,
of the flame, or the force of the air, and all that kind of stuff?"
Yeah,
Because at that time, man, like, he was like, "You asked me that for, bro?"
And
It's like, come on, man.
I mean, and apparently, to be honest, I've heard this that they apparently could do weight flame, but I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
I don't know.
Because where is your reference to see whoever's right or wrong, bro?
Hey, but even if they could, that was in that time he was asking him that. Anyway,
Yeah.
where it wasn't possible.
Yeah.
So even if they can do it now, that's
Yeah.
of the Lord anyway.
Yeah.
This is the thing. Wisdom shall increase and all of that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, bro, I don't trust Esau.
I don't believe
Yeah.
Because Esau can say what the fuck he wants, and they won't believe him anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so business. But point being, at the time, man, it's just baffled, man. Like, I can't ask you that.
Yeah, there's certain
That's
questions you
ridiculous,
can't answer. Like, the Lord told you to count all the hair on your body now, do it.
Yeah.
How you go, give me 5, give me a minute.
You wouldn't know not into attempt it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You'd be pointless. You wouldn't know.
Yeah.
You have to accept that you don't know.
Yeah. And even if you try to count, you deserve to die. Yeah, this an idiot, you know?
Hey, but you know, it's Esau's on that shit though.
Yeah, that's Esau.
He's trying to count stars and shit.
Yeah.
He's going to be done away with,
Yeah.
you know? He's going to die, so yeah, you're right.
He didn't actually say,
Because that's you trying to be proud. That is you trying to be proud. You want to do that?
Yeah, alright.
That's you trying to prove a point to the Most High. Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
and that's partly why in Jeremiah he told him, look, there's Jeremiah where Isaiah getting messed up, where he said, if you can number the stars of heaven.
Yeah.
Oh, Jeremiah.
Yeah, Jeremiah said, if you can count, what did he say?
Number the stars of heaven.
And count the
Israel
sands
shall
of the
be
sea.
done away with.
Yeah,
Like that.
Israel done away. He wasn't able to, man.
Still trying to fucking telescope this shit.
Sirach 5 and 6.
Then after that, read that to us.
And say not, his mercy is great. He will be pacified for thee, for the multitude of my sins. For mercy and wrath cometh from him, and his indignation resteth upon sinners.
So mercy and wrath coming from him, man. So if you come across a guy that just gets hit remember that video, A Live Leak, man, where you had like a old couple and they were walking, and I think it was the man tripped and his wife tried to go save him, and she tripped and he stood up, and the 18-wheeler ran over her head, man. So her man tripped and she tried to save him, and she tripped and he got up, and like perfect timing, the 18-wheeler just rolled over, man. Or you remember that clip, man? So someone's car wheel came off.
Yeah, I was thinking about just
bounced across the road and licked some guy in the head, man.
Yeah.
The timing couldn't be no better, you know?
He might be dead.
Knocked him out, man. You know? That was the Lord, man.
Like the Christian, how did a rule like that come off?
Sorry?
Like, the wheels are big wheels, it's coming off like a lorry or something.
Yeah.
When lorries usually burst wheels.
Yeah.
How did this perfect tire come off the story, bro? And smack someone in the head like that?
I even saw in a group chat the other day, there was an article, some guy tried to shoot somebody else and the bullet bounced off the window and killed himself. The Lord can just do it for you, man. Yeah.
This is Hebrews chapter 10 and 31. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power.
Yeah.
Right. Like I was saying earlier, man, you don't know how you're going to go at, man. All the most I wants to put you through.
Oh, yeah.
You know, because most of that, I take you out straight away. You know, and that's why it's don't take this as a joke. You know, because like I said, we're not at the end yet, man. Anytime the most I want to put the hurt on you, man, he can have you hurting from now to then.
Yeah.
You know?
Torture your ass.
Yeah.
He could.
Sure.
You know, that video we watched with the pit bull.
Oh, man.
You don't want to go out like that. Let's just be real. You don't want to go out like that. Because no one's thinking that could happen to them.
Yeah.
No one thinks that shit could happen to them. If they're going to die, they're going to die in their sleep. Or they're going to, or they think they control death. Oh, I'm going to overdose. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I'm going to hang myself. Don't work out. Shoot myself in the head. Don't work out. No, but you can get this off of fucking Rottweilers, man. That's fucked up.
Bro, Lord, yeah? Like, and bro, the craziest thing about that video is, he got up that day, he woke up that day thinking of feeling, you know.
Well, he's planning for the next day.
Yeah, probably on Saturday.
The next day.
You know, on Sunday, he's probably going to wear his Sunday best, you know. he might go and go to a bar, pick up a woman, and guess what, man? He ended with his hands behind his back, his legs in the air, and the dog eating his rod, man.
Precept.
Go ahead, right?
Sirach 39 and 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes.
Bro, spirits created for vengeance, man. That dog was groomed for that day, man. Eating rod, man.
Wild beast.
Bro. Oh, man, go ahead.
Right. It says, in the time of destruction, they pour out their force
Yeah.
and appease the wrath of him that made them.
And the craziest thing about that video was that dog was incredibly calm, man. He wasn't irrational. No, just, yeah, man. So I'm gonna take the stake. Don't do my thing, man. Because the Spirit of the Lord had guided him, man. So, go ahead, man.
And it says, fire and hail and famine and death.
Yeah.
All these were created for vengeance,
Yeah.
teeth of wild beasts.
A teeth of wild beast. And guess what? He got experience in that, man. He can tell you about that scripture. He can break that down. You know? but he can't testify.
No balls, man.
No problem.
That, man.
No
I'm cringe
cojones.
every time you hear the scripture.
Yeah.
It's like cringe. It's like screaming.
Little flashbacks.
Yeah. He's probably got like a high-pitched voice now if he's alive. Because they ain't got no testosterone.
They must have killed him
They
all.
must have wigged him, man.
Hey, Lord willing.
Lord,
For his sake.
For his sake. For his sake.
but it's for real though. It's not even funny. Like that shit is real. Man.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, that's just not even a joke.
That's
Like,
what he's telling
it's just
down the road.
yeah, it's just because you know it's just a laughter of disbelief in a sense, man.
Yeah.
Because it's like that you can't fathom that.
Hey, well, the scripture says, "Pray not for this people, man."
Pray not for these people.
You know,
Right.
and what,
Yeah.
be not curious on how the ungodly shall be
be
punished.
punished, yeah.
The scriptures say,
Yeah.
"Fuck these two first."
That's
They're
right.
gonna get. Look, they're gonna get what's coming to
They're
them.
gonna get what they
The
gonna
man
get.
can receive nothing, man.
Yeah.
Except to be given him from heaven, and that's what it is. So if a man
Yeah.
is meant to get his balls chewed off,
Then so be it.
then so be it.
On
And
video.
if he's meant to be alive until the missiles come, whatever, man,
Move his boots off.
with his balls off.
That's their reward. For being unfaithful, man.
Wow.
Same show, know it, man.
You know, for being wicked.
Wow.
And as well, that was just one judgment. That's how much more judgments has been going up?
Hey, multitudes
You-
don't go on that all the time.
Yeah, there's a dog right there.
And it says, and scorpions and serpents and the sword punishing.
And it's the same way he can bring destruction. The same way the Lord can save him. Because Paul got bitten by a scorpion.
Yeah.
And it didn't even phase him that the people started to worship him. Oh, was it serpent?
Yeah.
Serpent. A wild serpent. That it came to a stage where people on that island started wanting to worship him. Like, no, give glory to the Lord, man. So the same way that he can bring judgment, the same way he can save you from it. No, that's why we have to fear him.
Man,
No?
that's right. The fear of the Lord is his treasure.
Fear of the Lord.
But it's the same thing we've always go through, you know, get ailments and all that kind of stuff. We have to contemplate. The Lord sent that upon us, man.
I read that.
And that we need to, you know, repent more, pray more, to repent for what we've done.
Wow.
You know, because at the end of the day, evil's gonna come upon us, man, because we're not perfect. And evil's always gonna come upon us, man. But it's not for our destruction. It's it's basically to try us in the furnace of adversity, man. So to keep the faith. You know, but we go see things from the Lord like that too. And we have to do it, man. You know, it's just whether or not the Most High we should survive it, man, and get to the end in a righteous manner. You know?
Yeah, I got it.
You know, you can be an example of being saved. You can be an example of being, how to be saved. You know, a person that's being saved, you can be that example. Like Elijah, when he was taken up in the boat. We have different examples of righteous men being delivered.
And that's why the scripture says the things that are written before time are written for our learning, man. And it's supposed to build our faith.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's supposed to increase our faith, and some scriptures are supposed to put fear in you, like, yo, I ain't trying to do that.
Yep.
You know?
I have one of them.
Okay.
Well, you know awaits if you don't get salvation.
Yeah, man.
If you don't get salvation, you're done, man. You know?
You do.
Read through, man.
Yeah, this is Isaiah 66. It's Isaiah 66 and 4. I also will choose their delusions.
Alright, I was thinking about this earlier, man. I was actually thinking about this. That's right. Read that up. Read that again.
I also will choose their delusions and will bring their fears upon them.
So the spirit, like for example, you probably had that someone during the Twin Towers who was scared of heights, man. They was scared of heights that day, and that day he had to confront his fear to see if he could overcome it.
Yeah, scared of heights and fire.
Heights and fire.
These men are praying for evolution and everything at that time, man.
All of that,
They'll
bro.
sprout wings and fly away.
He was probably planning in his head, right, if I fall like this, you know, maybe I can land something.
Yeah, quickly touch the floor and roll, quick.
Yeah. Quick roll.
Yeah, quick enough.
Or slide down the building.
Yeah, quick enough to defy what should happen.
Or hopefully I can fall into the crowd and I can kill someone and live.
And then tell the story on Good Morning America.
You know, or probably saw a bouncy castle shop.
Oh,
Let me
man.
fall in there. And the Lord was like, alright, man. And his plan didn't work out.
But just protect my head. Maybe they can give me one of those phosphotic arms and shit, you know.
If I don't explode.
All I need is my spirit.
Or you probably had a guy say, you know what, I'm gonna die. Let me get yaps so that it feels like it's not happening. He didn't feel it. The yak was like water, man.
Yeah.
The Lord made him feel it, man.
Put them amethysts around it.
What's that? They got that time in the ambulance, so dead on arrival, isn't it?
Yeah.
Man, dead on impact, man.
Dead on impact, man.
Man, we died, we even got to the bottom, man. You know, gave it a ghost already, man.
Yeah. Hey man, but you never know from the spirit, man. You don't want them to get judged.
That's right.
You never know, man.
Feels. You don't know, we weren't there.
You don't know.
No, we couldn't feel where he was
Yeah.
feeling.
Oh,
Because he went for us.
That's it.
hey, like for example, in South America, there was a Jake who fell off a building, man. He wanted to kill himself, man, and his leg was just like hanging off, man. He didn't die. The most High can judge anyone, man. And that's why we gotta pray for mercy, man.
Oh, there was a woman, she shot herself in the head with a magnum and survived. But she was all fucked up, her face is fucked. She's fucked.
Not everything's a death sentence, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Most I ain't judging you by death all the time, man. I mean, you will die eventually. But you know, how you think things are gonna work out, don't work out. You want it, man.
As well,
I mean,
even there was an account, right, where there was a house fight happening, and a woman had a dog trying to wake her up, but she wasn't waking her up. So you know what happened? The dog ate her face till she woke up, and when she woke up, she only had like an eye left, man, and a mouth, and she still lived. She still lived, man.
Yeah, precept on that. Revelations 9 and 6. And in those days shall men seek death, and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee from
Yeah,
them.
man, because that's what happened in those world wars, man.
Yeah.
World War I, World War II,
Yeah.
where people had that cell shock, PTSD, or had them grievous wounds, face tore off and all of that. But
Shell shocked.
Shell shocked. But guess what? That's what's gonna happen now.
Worse.
As well, it's gonna be worse, man.
Yeah.
People are gonna be like, bro, it's not working. Because the Lord wants you to be judged and then get burned in the missile. That same spirit's coming back.
Yeah, because you gotta think those world wars, that's only just down the road.
That's down the road.
We're still in those days. We're in the end. And this is what John the Revelator was seeing. He was seeing all of this shit happening at the time of the end, man. You know, men desiring to see death and death just fleeing from them.
Yeah.
The brother's making all kinds of examples of people trying to die. And they did, you know, they expected to die, but they're still here.
Yeah.
And they're just maimed.
You're maimed until they go. Until they go, bro. No?
You know, you got people that want to jump in front of a train. You don't know, the Lord could have them get scooped off the tracks, man. You know what I mean? Clear.
Preserved for the day of the Lord. And you will live like that, like a vegetable to them.
Yeah.
You know? And then when all shit is the fan, you get eaten by dogs and some shit, like, you know, what I'm talking about. It can happen that way.
Yeah, you can't run.
That's it, you can't go nowhere. Guess what? Fido's hungry. You know, your carrier's ducked out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, or sometimes you have people take pills to kill themselves,
overdose
and they just become a vegetable.
Yep.
And don't die. And he got to live with his head all that time that I tried to die and I couldn't.
And finishing off, it says, I also will choose their delusions and will bring their fears upon them, because when I called, none did answer. When I spake, they did not hear, but they did evil before mine eyes.
So he's saying, I'm going to choose the judgment because when I was sticking it on you to do the work or to come and hear these words, you scoffed. Or you scoffed at those men who were teaching it, i.e. a certain geezer who we know. Right? He came into close encounters to the truth millions of times. And guess what? He's through. That's the power of the Lord, man. Right?
It says, and chose that in which I delighted not.
Yep.
That was it, yeah? I got something here in Ecclesiastes chapter 8 verse 8. There is no man that hath power over the spirit to retain the spirit. Neither have he power in the day of death. It's not down to you, man. That's completely out of your hands. I don't care what's going through your mind. You know? You get that one bullet in the gun, or you got that pill, you got the pills you want to pop.
Yeah.
That bridge you want to jump from. It don't matter.
Yeah.
It's up to the Most High whether you die or you live.
Yeah.
Right? It says, and there is no discharge in that war, neither shall wickedness deliver those that are given to it. Okay? So out here, men are completely powerless of, you know, anything, really. Nothing is decided by us, man. And we are all at, you know, the mercy of the Most High's will. So like I said, he's going to go out the way he wants you to go out. Or if you don't want you to go out, man, he got something else prepared for you. Then you're going to enjoy whatever he prepared for you. You can't say, no, I don't want that. It's just like Esau, you know, he got to give up his kingdom, man. He can't say he don't want to drink of that cup.
Yeah.
He can't say he don't want to drink of the wrath of the Heavenly Father. He has to drink it, man. There's no option, there's no choice. He's not going to say, oh, you know, you don't want to drink, you don't like that. Okay, we'll give it to someone else. No, Esau has to drink that cup, man. Okay, because his kingdom's going to be destroyed.
That's right.
Second Maccabees chapter 9, verse 1. And about that time came Antiochus with dishonor out of the country of Persia, for he had entered the city called Persepolis, and he went about to rob the temple and to hold the city, whereupon the multitude running to defend themselves with their weapons put them to flight. And so it happened that Antiochus, being put to flight of the inhabitants, returned with shame.
Yep. I mean, like, these men had great armies, man. If you like, tallied it up, you shouldn't have lost. But you did because the Most High wanted to put him to shame.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's right.
Because when you hear about all these battles now, Israel was always outnumbered.
Oh, yeah.
Always outnumbered, man. So how are these other armies losing? It's because it's the will of the Heavenly Father, man.
Yeah. Even when Maccabees was taking a stand, he was saying, look, man, it's possible for the Lord to deliver those who are many into the hands of the few, man.
Yeah.
No, that's the power of the Lord, man.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it says, now when he came to Ecbatane, news was brought to him what had happened unto Nicanor and Timotheus. Then, swelling with anger, he fought to avenge upon the Jews the disgrace done.
That's how you know that's an Edomite, man. That's how you know he's an Edomite, man. This geezer couldn't take his L.
Yeah.
So I'm check it out on the Israelite. Fuck it.
Pride, man.
And guess what? It backfired.
Yeah. He fought to avenge upon the Jews the disgrace done unto him by those that made him flee. Therefore,
bro, it had nothing to do with us, bro. Just leave us alone, man.
He's an bully, man.
You're a bitch ass bully.
Therefore he commanded his chariot man to drive without ceasing.
Get in the car. Real quick.
Don't stop for nothing, you know? I-
Let's ride out.
yeah, right out. Add to this.